Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Mulder, and tonight I want to show you how I handle how I do operations, for myself and for other people. As you probably know, I will provide a service from time to time, and I'm very selective about which uh, which operations I'll take on. But I will do wishes from time to time for people. And it's something I prefer that they buy their own equipment and let me train them on how to do it themselves. But because some of these things may be where they're too emotionally involved in the situation, they don't feel that they could really do this, properly or do it efficiently. So they, hire me to do this for them. So I'm going to start with this. This is a one of my older, I think it's one of the first $12 machines I ever built. This had to have been around 2017, maybe 2018, somewhere in that neighborhood. And this is a $12 machine. It has a crystal bank inside of it and a couple of other little goodies. That really makes it function very, very well. Also, you'll notice there's no input or output plates up here. And what I did, again, this is a prototype, so I didn't really I put a lot of thought in that. I made it an external input plate, and you've probably seen this. I sell these with the Tepaphone, along with a couple other connectors where they can better use the Tepaphone by using these particular items. And again, this is an input plate. I want to show you one step of the operation. All right, on the input plate, and by the way, this is a actual operation that I'm performing for somebody. I'm going to have two things, and what they are, number one is they're looking for somebody to repay them a loan or repay a loan for them, and it's just a money recovery. And so this is again one of my handmade sigils. I don't know if I can show this on. Oh, there we go. Get a good look at it. I think you can get a look at it from there. All right, this is a sigil that I built or drew for this person. Also, this is the another sigil that represents the target. Okay, and this is kind of a weird looking one. I never really have made a design quite like this one, but this is what the target was. This is what it came to. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to put them on the input plate, all right, which is plugged onto an input jack of this machine. Next, I'm going to take a uh, Chakra Spectraphone, and I'm going to take a connector and go from the output jack of the $12 machine, plug it in there, and goes into the input jack of the Chakra Spectraphone. All right. So remember, I got this going on right here. I'm going to put this right there so I can keep it in our view. I'm going to make sure that all the knobs are turned to zero and do this for the Spectraphone also. And I need to figure out how to zoom this thing back so you can get a wider view, but this is what we got to work with. But I'm sure you'll follow along. All right, now I have the $12 machine connected to the Spectraphone. All right, and on the output of the Spectraphone, I have a stick plate. I built this thing probably about 12 years ago. I've even taken this on trips with me and used this. I would just use it alone as a dowsing tool to get a stick. And it's been very effective. And so I've had a lot of use with this. It's been out in the field many times, and you can probably look on the back and look how much dust has been collected over the years with this thing. But this is just one of those deals where I built it to because I was building a lot of prototypes. Instead of having gone through building output plates, I just put a copper plate out there for the output and connect this to a jack for the stick plate. So anyway, that is connected to the output. And again, this is the reason why I do this is just a prototype system that I use with my own equipment. And this is how I operate whenever I perform a wish for somebody. So with that said, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna bring the stick plate up here so you can watch me do my mojo. Put this right here so you can see this also. All right, and I'm gonna go through for this target to recover money. I'm gonna go through this. Right, got stick there, stick there. Keep going through this. Okay, yeah, I got 8 more knobs to go. All right, almost done here. And like I said, this is an actual legitimate operation. Okay, here we go with the spectrograph. Again, normally you can take your thumb and go through here and use this as a stick plate, but this is just for me. Whenever I'm working on some of these operations here, I just want to give it my best and be as accurate as possible. And I've worked with a lot of this equipment, especially these two pieces of equipment here. I've worked with them for years, so it's just kind of like it's like an old shoe. It just feels right. It may not look pretty, but it works great. It feels great. All right, so next I'm going to go through here for uh, my target or for this client to recover this money and turning the red for the red. Okay, you can probably see it starting to glow. I don't know if it really picks up well under the camera here. Now we're on the blue. All right, and the final one is green. Let's see where this takes us. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is looks like a sort of a light green color to the eye. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. Now, the final phase of this operation. All right. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the the intent, which is to recover money. I'm going to leave that on the input plate of the $12 machine. And I'm going to put that right there so it's in view. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the target and put that on top of the light of the Chakra Spectraphone. And it doesn't matter if it's face up or face down. I personally, it just depends on what mood I'm in as to whether or not I'll place it, either direction. Again, it doesn't make any difference. All right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check for how long to run this operation. And let's see, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Okay, I got the stick on 5, 6. Okay, 5 hours, 6 hours. All right. I think it's probably 5.5. Okay, I think it's about 5.5. I'm gonna let this run for 6 hours. So, and what I'm gonna do is just leave the machine alone and let it run for 6 hours. Everything's powered up and it's in full operation right now. And wait 6 hours and let it do its thing. And by the time when you get that 6 hour, just when you get to the time that's telling you that the operation should be completed, do yourself a favor and douse it one more time and see if you get a stick for the operation being completed on the devices. It doesn't mean that this thing's going to be a part of your reality. It just means the operation for the radionics devices is completed. And that's it. Simple as that. All right. Hopefully, this was informative. I just want you to kind of get some inside baseball about what I do and how I operate. And yes, I mean, this machine right here has been through a lot of battles, tried and true, and one of my favorite machines I use all the time. And another little side note, the more you use these machines, the more they become a part of you and the more powerful they become. And also, I've noticed as these machines get older, they also seem to get more powerful. I mean, they seem to age like a fine wine. And the more you use them, the more connection you have with them, the more effective they are when you're performing operations. Okay, hopefully this was informative and this was able to give you some better insight. I think that's it for the night. All right, talk to you later. Bye.